Hi, I wanted to talk with you all a little bit today about one of the really important themes of June. And, as we head into the back half of the month, we'll be out of some of these eclipse energies that have been really intense, that had us focusing a little bit more inward. And we're going to start to focus on our external reality again a little bit more. And a lot of times that means that we start to look at clearing some patterns that are being presented to us in our outside world and in the way that we interact with the world around us. And one of the themes of June is this idea of multidimensional and ancestral healing. And, a lot of times my clients ask me, why do I keep working on the same pattern over and over and over again? And I always tell them it's kind of like peeling an onion, right? You think that you've gotten to the root of something, but there's always another layer, there's always another dimension to a particular pattern that you may be working, especially if it's a lifetime pattern for you, meaning something that you actually came here to learn in this current incarnation here on the planet. But there's a kind of expansion starting to happen. I'm noticing that people are showing up and coming for sessions, and the level of clearing that I'm able to do in one session has gotten a lot broader. And I think that's a function of where we are in this collective tipping point that we're headed towards in our consciousness shift here on the planet. And so when we start to heal patterns, we're starting to come into healing them on a multidimensional, multi-ancestral lineage level. And so what that really means is that we are not only healing things in this lifetime based on what we're having happen to us in our now experience, the things that we're aware of, we're also healing things on this horizontal plane tied to our ancestral and our genetic lineage. And we're healing things on the vertical plane tied to our soul lineage, our past and future lifetimes. And then we're healing things on this diagonal plane, which looks like all of the other lifetimes that we've had off Earth and in other planetary star systems. And so when we want to clear a pattern holistically, we have to look at it from that 360-degree view. We have to do a very comprehensive bit of work to heal that. And that is something that we're going to start to have more and more access to and more awareness of, and that's being activated this month. And, when we're doing this, we're not only clearing away things, we're also wanting to reclaim any strength that has come from those patterns. And so one of the examples I like to use is this idea of scarcity. Maybe you have some scarcity programming that's running in your genetic lineage. Maybe there were some ancestors who lived through the Great Depression, and as a result, you have a tendency to not feel like you have enough resources here, or you have some scarcity issues with money, abundance, having the resources that you need. And perhaps that also is juxtaposed against some past life experiences that you've had that you are probably not aware of, where you were in poverty or you had a lot of scarcity. And then you probably have some lifetimes and other dimensional planes on other planets where actual resources on those planetary systems were very limited. When you start to clear scarcity, you can't just work with the story that you have about money that you're aware of. You have to work with it on all of these different planes. And when you start to heal that, you can claim the high side of that pattern, meaning that ancestor who survived the Great Depression, who was the one who created this scarcity mindset in your genetic lineage, also had a lot of strength for making it through that really difficult time. There's a lot of good stuff that came as a result of that pattern getting anchored. And when you heal on this multidimensional level, you not only have the ability to let go of things, but you can also bring in the strength of those experiences from the other lifetimes, from your genetic lineage, from your other dimensional realities that you've partaken in. And so it's not just about clearing and releasing, it's about bringing in strength and light and experience and knowledge and information so that you can better navigate this present moment, this now moment, this lifetime. And so that's what I really mean by ancestral and multidimensional healing. And so next week, I will be hosting over a 3-night period a channeled intensive called Channeling the Ancestors. And on the first night, we're going to focus on what I call your earth soul lineage, which is your past and your future lifetimes where you've lived in the earth plane. And we're going to work on clearing any past life stuff that might muck up your present reality. And we're going to bring in your future lifetimes, your future self, to kind of help you along, right? To help you grow in this lifetime. That's the first night. And then on the second night, we're going to do some ancestral work with your genetic lineage. So this is your mother and your father line. And we're going to go back and heal some patterns, clear some stuff in your genetics, and start to bring in some of the strength and the support of your ancestors. Because many of us don't call on our ancestors for help, and they're all waiting on the other side to support us. And then on the third night, I'm really excited about the third night because I'm bringing in something I've never really taught before, which is this idea of our multidimensional lineage. We're going to get ourselves connected to our star family, to our lineages that exist in other planes, other dimensions, that have a lot of higher consciousness. They exist in a higher frequency than we do here on the earth plane. And when we get connected to our star brothers and sisters and our star family, it actually opens us up to find our soul family here on the earth plane that have also existed in those star systems. That's when we really start to open up to community and really deep connection with friends, and we meet someone and we're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I know you. Well, yeah, you probably do. You've probably existed in another dimensional reality here in another star system and been friends with that person there. And so that's how we start to call in our soul family, and that helps us to heal some of the loneliness and disconnection. Because I know a lot of you that follow my work are people who feel like you're the only ones in your family doing this spiritual stuff, and you're like, how do I find my family? How do I find my community? That third night will help to set us up for that. And so over this 3-night intensive, June 15th through the 17th, we're going to dive deep into these topics. I'm going to connect with what I call the esoteric internet and bring through a lot of teachings and a lot of information, a lot of understanding. But I'm also going to, most importantly, open you up and activate you to do this healing work on yourself, right? We're going to go through some activations so that you can start to clear some of these patterns and start to bring in more of your expanded light, more of your multidimensionality, more of your bigness that you need so that you can serve your purpose here on this planet. So I'm super, super excited to be bringing this forward. This is different than anything I've ever done. I've never done a 3-night channeled intensive like this. I've only done courses like this over multi-weeks. So it's going to be action-packed. There's going to be a lot of information that comes through really fast, and I can't wait to share it with you. So that was just a quick little teaser, a little bit more about this really important theme of June. I hope you will consider joining us. I'll put some registration information beneath this video. And if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email or go to my website and enter a contact form there, and I'd be happy to answer it. All right, have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you soon.